for this lesson, we're going to go over the rhythm for Rats in the Cellar. Yeah, I'm not sure what Perry's using as far as an effect during the solo. Could be a chorus, could be a univibe. I just couldn't pull out the solo, frankly. So I'll give you a key to play it in. It's basically G minor blues scale. But anyhow, we're going to go over all the little intricacies of the two guitar parts for the rhythm. Cool song, very quick, if you will, but a lot of cool licks. I did figure out the harmonica with a little guitar that accompanies it, so I have that. And this will all be tabbed out, linked below the video as usual. And we're going to start out, as I did with the intro, there's actually two guitars, and I just showed the rhythm guitar in the intro, but we're going to go over that, and then we'll touch on the lead before we actually get into the verse, where you're up here at the 3rd and 5th fret. Okay, first things first, we're tuned to E flat. So tune all your strings down a half step, and you'll be in tune. The rhythm guitar that starts us out with, it's basically 3 count, or 3 strikes, if you will. What he's doing is fretting the 8th fret on the 6th, 5th, and 4th string, and then putting his ring and pinky finger on the 5th and 4th string on the 2nd and 3rd hit. Okay, so we have that. Then again, 2 more times. So there's the intro rhythm. They'll also do that in part of the solo. But again, that is the guitar that you'll hear first, and then you're going to hear these lead guitar licks after that. Okay, so the first lick you will hear basically is at the 8th and 10th fret. It'll sound like this. So what we're doing on the 3rd and 2nd string, 8th fret, striking that, and then going to the 10th fret, back to 8, back to 10, and then we bend 10 up. Then we hit 8 unbent, and strike, end up on the 10th fret of the 4th string. Alright, this rhythm's a little off, not off, but he starts it on the off beat. You'll hear the guitar again that comes in. It's right after he strikes the 1st and goes into the 2nd strike that he starts this. Okay, that timing will be important, because otherwise you'll be off and it won't sound right to you. So, first lick. Alright, second lick, not too difficult, a real blues move here. What we're going to do is slide into the 13th fret. So we're going to slide into 13 on the 2nd string, hit 12 on the 3rd string. Then we'll hit 11 on the 2nd string with a little vibrato, and 13 with some vibrato on that 2nd string to follow. So that's the second lick. Third lick is damn cool. It took me a little bit of listening to this and listening to it to figure out what the heck he was doing. But it's a Hendrix move. Something he showed Ted Nugent, and I forget where I read it or saw this, but we'll go over that lick next. So the third lick you'll hear will sound like this. Alright, so what he's doing there, the first part is again a kind of a typical blues move. We're going from the 2nd string at 13 to 11 on the, 12 on the 3rd string. One more time. When we hit that 3rd string, we take our finger, grab the 1st string, bend it up. When we reach the top of the bend, we're going to hit the 2nd string, taking our finger pressure off the 1st string and releasing it, because we're bending, when we bend that 1st string, we're bending the 2nd string also. It's really funky. You really need to practice this. Think of the lead to Free From. That's not right, but that's the part. So that's what you're hearing there. So again, okay, so that's the third lick. Again, I've written this out. Again, tabbing that was kind of difficult. I put it so the second string gets bent, but again, we're not hitting it. And then we end up on that, back to the third string at 12. One more time. All right, great lick, just killer. And then there's one more. They'll hit the fourth and final, and you'll hear this. All right, basically it's a D to C. So I'm using a D form just on the third and second string. So I'll be on 14 on the third string, 13 on the 15 on the second string. And I'll take that back a full step and back up. And when we come back up, we'll hit it twice. So we have this. And then hit 15 on the first string to 18 bent up on the second string. So we have this. If you like, you can do it here. It doesn't matter. It's a D to C back to D twice. All right, that is the intro. Now we're going to go into the verse rhythm and chorus. Okay, so for the verse, this is what we play. All right, what we're doing there is we're going to hit double stops. We're referencing an F to a G. So we'll be on the 5th and 4th string. We'll hit it, and there's a slight pause, which you can hit a chuck, and then hit the 5th fret of the 4th and 5th string together. Then we're going to take off on the 4th and 3rd string, referencing a G, B flat, and C. All right. Sound familiar? Alright, so we have this so far. Now we're going to hit the open 4th and 3rd. Then we're going to hit the 3rd fret and pull off back to open. Then we'll do that at the 5th fret. Back to the 3rd fret. So we have this so far. Then we end it by hitting the 5th string from 3 to 5 with the hammer out. Alright, so we have this all together slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, it's real quick, so, you know, just practice that, build it up to speed. And then we're going to go into the verse here. Okay, this first section, we'll do this 3 times coming out of that verse section. This is the chorus here. The 4th time we change it a little bit. Alright, so let's go over the first part. What we're doing here is we're playing an F to a D, 5th root, power chords. Then we move to an A sharp, to a G, and then down right below it to a C. So when we reach a C chord, you want to play the power chord. We're just going to play the 5th through the 3rd string, but you want to make sure to use your ring and pinky finger on that 4th and 3rd string, because we're going to hit it once, one more time, then we're going to lift off, hit it, and then hit it once more back on. Alright, so it'll be like this. And then that repeats. So we have this. So take it in context, it'll make more sense to you. But don't staccato it, just make sure you let the chord ring as you lift off. Okay, so that's the rhythm. We'll do that a total of 3 times. On the 4th time, we're going to start out with the first measure the same with our F to D, A sharp to G. That's a D over A. I'm sorry, I might have said C. But it's a D over A. Move that to a C over G. And then we're going to go back and forth between D and C 2 more times. Then we'll come all the way down to B flat, to our F. Okay, so let's go over that 4th time together. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you see how we go back into the rhythm from that. So one other thing I want to touch on, and this might help some people playing this rhythm, or if you have 2 guitars, instead of, because I hear a guitar definitely going up to that 5th root F, because he's sliding back to D, just a slight slide, but the other guitar could be playing the F at the 4th root. So we got a 4th fret of the, I'm sorry, 3rd fret of the 4th string, 3rd string at 5. You can put your pinky down on the 2nd string at 6, and then go to your D. So you have this. Okay, so there's an option for you if you got 2 guitars playing this. Playing a different F there, because you're right in that position. Alright, so that's the chorus. Let's see, next I think is the harmonica break. We'll go over some of those licks and what you can play over the solo section. Then we're going to the chorus and we'll go over the outro. So we're getting there. Okay, so you'll hear the harmonica come in. During the harmonica solo, we're going to be doing the verse and the intro rhythms. So you'll have... And then we'll come in, you'll hear them stop, and then they'll play their licks. So that's the intro part of the rhythm. With that said, the first thing you'll hear the harmonica do, if you want to play along with the harmonica, I've written it out. We're going to play on the 15th fret of the 4th string. We'll hit that and then hit it again, both with some vibrato. And then you'll hear him bending some notes. So what he's doing there is taking this, again, if you're playing this on guitar, you're at the 16th fret on the second string, bend up, and then hitting 16 on the first string unbent. Do that 6 times. On the 7th time, you'll catch 16 on the first string to 18. Alright, and some vibrato. The next thing you'll hear will be this. Alright, so what we're doing is we're going to hit 15 on the third string to 13. And then kind of slide back to 13 again and catch 15. Then we're going to hit 13 and then 13 again, hammer onto 16, pull off to 13 on the second string. 15 on the third string, back to 13 and 16 with a bend and release. So all together we have this. Next you'll hear this. Alright, so basically real similar lick. We're going to hit 15 on the third string to 13 on the second. 13 again, hammer on to 16, pull off back to 13, catching 15 on the third and 13 on the second. Then we just go back 15, 13, 15 on the third string and end on 13 on the second string. Alright, so we have this. The next lick you'll hear a little walk down. This is kind of the final lick you'll hear. Alright, so what he does there is we're going to hit 15, 13 twice from the third to second string. Back to the third string at 15, second string at 13. And then we start walking down. So it's kind of a walk down when we hit 15 on the third string to the second string at 13. Then we just go to 15, 13 on the fourth, end up on 15 on the fifth. Alright, so that is while we were doing the verse. So we're covering almost F sharp minor. And then what we're going to do is move up to the next rhythm and move the solo up to G. So the solo rhythm is your verse rhythm. So we know that, but under that, because that's around G and F, we can play at a G minor blues scale. Alright, so just play along there. I think at the very end of the solo you might come up to the first position. Again, listen to it. Play what you want over it. They're just doing their thing. And then the next thing you'll hear is the chorus, which we've gone over. And then the outro will be next. So we'll go over that and you'll have the whole song to play along with. Alright, during the outro you'll hear this. So the rhythm guitar that really cooks, it's a 6th string. We're going to hit 3rd fret, hammer into 5. We're going to go down to the 5th string at the 3rd fret, back to 5, both fretted. And it just cooks. if you fall out of this rhythm, it's hard to get back into it, but again, this is what he's doing. And you'll hear a guitar come in with just an A power chord and then an A over D power chord. You'll also hear an A and some jamming. And then what he does chromatically, he goes up from using the G as a bass note. We're going to go up from D, D sharp, all the way up to the 17th fret, back to D, and then an A chord. They end on A. So I really hope that helps you to jam with it. It's a great jam song. I doubt he plays the solo the same way twice. Again, it was really hard to pull out. I listened to it a couple days in a row and couldn't pull it out per se. So jam along, just enjoy it. You know, the rhythm is really the fun part. It's real loose, it's played with a lot of feeling, so hope that helps everybody. Enjoy.